the team called the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Monday, November 25th. And we're ready for Monday Night Football and more here, a big day of college basketball. Happy holidays to you. We're getting ready for Feast Week here, so college basketball action all day, all night, it feels like, and that'll be a fun time. Get it going here with great card tonight, including action from Maui, and our Monday Night Football will be my Chargers taking on the Ravens in another Harbaugh Bowl. Got big NBA, big NHL, a lot to talk about here, including the action from Sunday in the NFL. The great game last night. Hope you caught me over there across the street with the guys for the late game. There got pretty exciting there, I guess, with the Rams last night and our Monday Night Football game. Eagles getting the crusher over the Rams. Barkley with a huge night, exploded for the big runs there, and the Eagles smashed 37-20. I don't even know what the score was by the time it was all over. The Eagles smashing there with Barkley, 302 all-purpose yards. This is one of the best performances I've ever seen. Hurts, Brown, Eagles defense, really in charge there last night, putting their stamp on their winning streak right now. Unstoppable here, it looks like. The Eagles rolling here. Nakua, Cup, they got it done offensively with their catches, but just no defense for the Rams last night. No defense for Saquon as he rolls there. Hey, I'm waiting for the latest news from Danny Dimes. Where is he going to sign? Is he going to be a 49er this week? Could be some other teams involved, but we'll keep you informed if anything comes down here on Monday. Is it a big deal? Does it matter? Here, I don't think so, but nonetheless, the Niners need a quarterback after what we saw there last night to try to get through this situation right now. Who wants the NFC West at this point? Somebody's going to have to win it, and those teams all balanced out right now. It feels like Seattle took charge atop the standings there with their win over Arizona 16-6. Geno 250 yards. Seahawks had a 60-yard touchdown for an intercept, and they had a 60-yard interception return for a touchdown. Defense 5 sacks of Murray there yesterday. Exciting one. Vikings over the Bears 30-27. Darnold 330 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones, another 100-yard game. Caleb Williams, 340 yards in the game. Bears rallied to force the overtime, but Minnesota's 9-2 following the win. Going to keep you informed of the steam coming in, and we got an early one moving here right now. That'll be kind of our feature of our college basketball coverage, but we've got a game here popping off at 10:30 Eastern and 7:30 Pacific. I've already sent out a package of college basketball plays, a pretty big package today. This one, I'll let you know, was on it. The total is moving under right now with Radford and Chicago State. I think I sent it out last night at 145. This one, and I've already had a few movers on that card. I am going to be Mr. CLV for the most part on these early moves. We all know it's not always a promise, but Radford and Chicago State here, game total moving under right now at 143.5. It was as high as 145.5. I sent it out. That's a free one if you want. Love for you to get involved with me over there at winnable.com. But this was a move that I sent out last night. It's moving here this morning to the under. Radford and Chicago State. This one at Daytona Beach coming up at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Pacific. Lots of early action in college basketball. So as this steam rolls in to this morning, we're going to keep you updated for sure as kind of our coverage of college basketball today. All right. Continue on now with some of the coverage from yesterday. The Lions continue to be dominant. I thought the Colts might be able to give them a battle, that the Lions might overlook this one. No chance. The Lions smash again to improve to 10-1, their best record in 90 years. When you see something like that, it's special. And we know the Lions are special. They rolled. Patriots lost to Miami. Tua, 4 touchdown passes. Waddle, 8 for 144. Drake May, 220 yards. But Miami, 4 sacks, a fumble recovery. They crushed the Patriots in the end. And Miami's in a little bit of a roll here. Tampa Bay with the blowout of the day. They were up early and they crushed the Giants 30-7. The Giants have lost 6 in a row at home. Bucs defense with 4 sacks, 450 yards of offense in a mismatch there. Tampa Bay trying to keep in stride in the NFC South. Washington over Dallas in the wild one, the game of the day, if you will. Turpin with that 99-yard kickoff return, but the Cowboys sealed it with that return of a touchdown onside kick, bounced right into the guy's hands. He's supposed to go down before he gets to the goal line, but didn't matter as Washington lost to Dallas. I think it was 34-26 in the end. It was going under there yesterday, but ended up going over there with that wild finish. We did have some nice winners yesterday in the NFL, but maybe a mixed bag for me overall on the night. Chiefs over Carolina, 30-27 with Mahomes, 3 touchdown passes. Bryce Young, 263 yards, 2 touchdowns. It was Carolina that got the money. They were the team to beat, it felt like, in that game. We talked about them here on the show. That ended up being my play yesterday was on the Panthers here on the show, getting those points, and they were able to stay within their Mahomes said he'd prefer blowouts. So don't we all, right, Patrick? So yesterday the Chiefs hold on to win 30 or get that late win anyway, 30-27 with Spence Schrader doing the kicking for the win there. Eddie Pinheiro did have 4 field goals for Carolina. Houston lost to the Titans in an upset. Will Levis, 278 yards and 2 touchdowns, despite getting sacked 8 times overall. But C.J. Stroud, he got sacked 4 times, threw 2 picks, and the Texans are slumping right now, having lost 3 of 4 games. So it was the Titans looking much better when that defense, they still gave up 27 points, but Titans with the upset win. Denver kind of rolled the Raiders 29-19. Bo Nix, 275 yards and 2 touchdowns. Denver had 5 sacks in the game. Gardner Minshew, broken collarbone, clavicle, something around there, and he's going to be out for a while here, out for the season, I guess, for Gardner Minshew. Raiders have lost 7 straight, and they had to go to Desmond Ridder. He almost brought him back a little bit, but Denver won it by 10. Packers dominated in that game over the 49ers, maybe as expected. Didn't need to do much. Defense with 3 takeaways, and the Niners fall to 5-6 as Seattle has gained the lead atop the NFC West. as we mentioned. So, all right. That's a look at the games from yesterday. Hope everyone had a good day. We struck out again on the consensus parlay. So we're 0 for 14, 0 for 15 right now. I know parlays are hard to hit, guys. We're doing 3, 4, 5 teamers or more, but we're here 0 for 15 on our promotion. So far, you're eligible to win if you comment in the chat here on the morning steam. That enters you into the chat. And I better fire it up here before we get to the end of the show and get everyone entered in. Let me make sure here real quick. Guess I wasn't quite ready for the start of the show today after a fun time last night with the guys across the street. Hopefully you guys caught that one. Oh boy, there we go. Make sure I get everybody entered in. Let's see, we got 16 of you entered in right now in the chat, so appreciate that. Let's go to, we'll see who is here today. Got 50 comments in the chat. Are you guys spamming me to get the day started here, or is it my birthday? It's not, but Joe T was here to open the doors. Irish King here today. Dave is here today. He says, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, the fastest growing channel on YouTube for sports betting. Tom Reghard is here as well. Sports Money, ready to do it. Check us out here at the Sports Money Network. And here's Joe Alvarado getting us going here in the chat. And also, want to say AOD, he's ready to roll here with me today. And also here was Turnsey. Hello to Turnsey. My name is up, says Nate. Joe W here as well. Philly Eagle Flyer joining me in the chat, as well as Bobby Mack here today. Hello, everybody. Here's some more steam rolling in. Right. Oh, this one's some college football, man. Okay, well, we'll do it. We got to keep up on our college action here, but we've got Texas State. It's kind of first up here. Just interesting to note, we've got all that action on Friday. Then we got Thursday, of course, but we've got action on Friday as well. So remember when there used to be college football on Thanksgiving a little bit with some featured games? Really not anymore, but we've always had Friday. So also here's some other steam coming in right now with matchup today in the NHL between Nashville and New Jersey. And I'm seeing the steam coming in here on Nashville right now at plus $1.35 or so. This one's heading down to New Jersey minus $1.50 or so. They were $1.60, but that steam is rolling in right now on Nashville here today. I might not mind that when we get there. Big action today in the NBA and NHL for sure. I probably should get started on it. And a college football move that came in was on Texas State. That one's on Friday. They're taking on South Alabama. Texas State's moving to the favorite here. It looks like on Friday, maybe a 1-point favorite or so. But okay, let's keep it rolling right now and saying hello to the folks who are nice enough to come visit me here today. And let's see here. Mike is saying that they fired Dable here. I don't think I've seen that. Are you kidding, Mike, or what? I mean, I know when we're expecting it, but let me see here what's going on. Mike says that they've fired the coach. I don't know if that's Mike. You might have some insight to that, but I have not seen that yet. I'm looking here. You got me tilted now a little bit. Let me go to the old Twitter machine. They told me everything on X is true, so I'm going to take a look at that, but I have not seen that just yet. Here this morning, I really got to look at this now. It certainly feels hot that it could happen, but I have not seen that news yet, Mikey. Let me know what's going on there, you guys. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right place here at this point. I've got my screens fired up, but not quite seeing that one yet, brother, but I wouldn't doubt it. All right, Curtis is here today as well. And Jermaine says Minshew is out. Hello to Ferner today. Lex is here. So, Lex, what did Lex say last night that caught my attention? I'm trying to remember here. Fernando here this morning. Hey, I was really bummed about my golf action yesterday. I didn't hit that 125 to 1 shot. He faded, and I had to end up placing a late bet just to kind of I had so much equity there. I was able to prop it, but man, I really wanted a big payday there yesterday. Udiah, hello, and nice to have you. Cliff Floyd, hello. And no, Dave, they do still play a blue-gray game there. I remember the blue-gray game, though, man, on Christmas. I always loved that. One of the things I remember the most about it is, I got my first sports pager. What year was that? But I got it for Christmas from my mom. And, that's how old I was. I mean, it was a gift, like a gambling gift. But if you remember the sports pager, they would just basically text you the scores. It was just a pager, but it was all formatted real cool. And I remember the blue-gray game and getting that gift. And I'm like, I'm a player now. All right. And let's see what we got here. I think that might be it for the chat right now. Appreciate those comments. I think got everything in there. So let me go to right now my plug here for my picks today. It's going to be a big day of college basketball, and I've already got my college basketball plays out there for today, I believe, because I wanted to hit this market a little bit. I've already beat the line on several games. That's why I hesitate sometimes to send it out early, but check it out over there right now. Thank you, Mike, for that message there. I do want to check this out real quick and see if I can get just some confirmation. As an old reporter here, Mike, you might want to check the source on that one. Yeah, that's a faux account. That man. So he does claim to be an insider, but he's like one of those fake insiders. So just try to get a second source on that. On that one. So anyways, here, check me out over at winnable.com. You can get my best plays here today for Monday with Monday Night Football tonight. And of course, the college basketball. Like I said, I've got a big plays up there today. I've already beat the line on about 3 of the games, I think, maybe more. So just make sure you're subscribed up with me and check me out over at winnable.com for $20 a month. And $8 a week, maybe right there. You can get my plays for just 50 cents a day. My extra plays, college basketball. This is important because there's so many plays. And what I end up doing is maybe some days sending it out a little bit early, especially when we got this morning action here. I am on some of those early games. So please check me out over there at winnable.com. All right, you can use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages. There's the address there at winnable.com/Ramon. And wait till you guys see what Mikey Money has in store for you guys and for us here on the Sports Money Network. We're really going to take it up even further here in the weeks to come as we head into the new year. So should be a great week, though, this week with our action here. Let me say hello to a few more folks and get started with the previews because we've got so many games here to cover today, it feels like. All right, man. Okay, here we go. What do we got? Any more here? Super True Stories here today as well. Hello and good morning. And I think that's it. Let's get ready to roll. Philly Eagle Flyer here talking about the soccer action last night. I watched my Tijuana Cholos win that key game in the postseason last night against Atlas. All right, let's get ready to go. We got to go to Monday Night Football. We got to start previewing all these games. So there's a lot of games tonight, especially here in hockey and basketball. Wanted to talk maybe a little bit about some of the winners yesterday, but maybe we'll just get to that as we're rolling along here. Let's get started with the games tonight. All right, and there's my football. There we go. All right, the Ravens taking on the Chargers tonight. Another Harbaugh Bowl here for Monday Night Football with Jim Harbaugh coaching the Chargers and his brother John coaching the Ravens. Just a minor sidebar in this whole thing. Again, I've been pretty pleased with Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers so far. Why wouldn't I here kind of turn the season around? But I know there's a lot of popular opinion for the Ravens here tonight as they come in as a favorite. It is the Chargers right now with the better record here so far this season. A little bit of college basketball steam coming in right now. Let's kind of report that to you anyway here for today. This one, Ball State and Eastern Kentucky taking a little action here right now on the total. Ball State and Eastern Kentucky on the extra board here. I do have a pick in that game as a premium pick, but this one was on the total. The steam is on the total. I'm on the side here. This one in Estero, Florida. Total moving under here right now. It was 150. It's going to go down here to 148 or lower. We're seeing steam. Ball State and Eastern Kentucky. Right behind us, a little NHL steam here right now on the Carolina Hurricanes tonight at home against the Dallas Stars. We're seeing the Canes steamed here right now to about $1.25 or so. Carolina taking the steam here on the Morning Steam Show. That's what we do, is report these line moves and try to get in some previews. So let's roll with it here with the Chargers and the Ravens here tonight. The Ravens come in just 2-2 overall in their last 4 games straight up after that winning streak they were on. Certainly right now the Ravens 15-5. Let's see. Let me get this right. 19-5 against the spread in their last 24 games. When the spread is a field goal or less, they do really well in these tightly lined games. The Ravens have gone over in 5 of their 6 games this season. The Chargers have won and covered 4 straight games here right now. And come on, don't sleep on my Chargers yet, right? I mean, God, the public seems to be all over the Ravens in this one. It certainly feels like a public side here tonight. Can you get me off my Chargers in this one as a home dog? I know the Ravens are probably the classier team here. They're the one that's supposed to be a top contender right now in the AFC with the Bills and the Chiefs. Certainly here at this point, I mean, no reason why they shouldn't be, contentious come the postseason. Chargers just trying to get there and make something of themselves. So I get it. Good for the Ravens here right now, but the Chargers 12-9-1 against the spread in their last. Let me get it right here. 5-12 in their last 17 games when the spread is 3 points or less. So you have one team that does extremely well against the spread in the Ravens in these tightly lined games, and one team that does not do very well in these tightly lined games, and that would be the Chargers. So Baltimore has won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams. They've also won and covered both of their recent meetings with the Chargers in Los Angeles, although they played one of them at a little dinky soccer stadium. But the last 4 between these two teams have gone under in this series. We can get your play here on Monday Night Football with the Chargers and the Ravens. Look, I don't want to fade Derrick Henry again, but the Chargers do have a good run defense. That's kind of where they've been strong with that defense this year. I mean, I've got them probably top 5 run defense right now. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I think that's where I have them. If you look at how they bottled up some teams in the running game, maybe those teams were, not strong on the run. And that's probably why the Chargers have had a little bit of success here winning some of these games. But, I would expect maybe they could keep him under his averages. It seems like when I've tried to go against Derrick Henry a little bit, it's kind of backfired. So look, I think Justin Herbert can have a decent game here against the Ravens. I think Quentin Johnston continues to emerge as a real target. Anyway, he's supposed to be a number one right now. I would think. Let me check the status of Lad McConkey here, my guy here, and you guys set me straight on that one last week with McConkey here, questionable with that shoulder injury right now, or as Mr. Garvey called him, I'm talking about Ladidi what did he call him? Ladidi McConkey. Ladidi McConkey is if you know who Mr. Garvey is, anyway. All right. Go ahead and give me your comments. I'll make a pick after you guys, I think, in this one today. So let's check it out with the chat. And Elliot is here today. Thank you for being here. All right, here we go. Oh, man, it's a consensus play, and I haven't even gotten to the beginning of the picks here. Let me see what we got. All right. Thomas said it was, I don't see the picks on I'm going back here. I think Thomas is using an ad, maybe just making a prediction, because he said the first thing out of the gate, and I don't see anybody on the Ravens here before this, but Thomas says it's consensus play. Baltimore on the money line. So I don't know what's going on here, Thomas. Don't make me mad with the Chargers to lose this one. So fake laugh. All right, let's see what we got here. Maybe it was Dave that took him here in the chat a little bit to start. I'm trying to go back and find anybody on the Ravens before the plays come in. Let me go after that. Okay, here we go. Dave likes the over in this one. Thomas does like the Ravens here. I'm sure it'll be all Ravens anyways. Robert here on the over. And Thomas says, with McConkey possibly missing here in this one. I think that's who we're talking about for the most part. Yeah, Fajoko's out, but he hasn't been doing too much. Hayden Hurst, not too worried about that. Would like to have him in there. I think more importantly, Khalil Mack, questionable for tonight's game. Also, let's see here. Justin says Ravens money line. Nate says Ravens to smash. And thank you guys for these. Justin says he's got the field goal prop over in this one. I'm not trusting any field goal kickers, it feels like at this point. No one's making anything. Thomas says got both quarterbacks to go over in their passing yards. All right. Doge says give him the Chargers tonight. All right. And what else? Billy Mack is here talking college basketball. If we like Radford, minus 16 today. Oh, there's a lot of games, but that's that first one at 10:30 Eastern and 7:30 Pacific. I guess maybe I could wing it here and take a look and see if I can give out a play on the side. Like I said, I did have a move on the total in that game. And, I don't know. I'm not sure. That line's fluctuated from, 12.5 up to maybe 15 here with Radford. I mean, I don't think I'd want to lay it at this point if they're up to a 15.5, 16-point favorite. I don't think nobody wants to bet on Chicago State. I think that's the problem. Here's a little move in college basketball. Maybe this will tide you over. How about Texas San Antonio? They're taking the steam right now anyway. Game number 839, 840 here. Texas San Antonio taking some steam. I can't be on all the moves here, it feels like. But Texas San Antonio, they were a 12-point underdog. They're probably now 11 here right now. They're taking some steam against Troy. Okay. See what else we got here from the crew. On this one, we got Rich going under here in Monday Night Football. And let's see, is that going to be it for Monday Night Football with you guys? All right. Oh, here's an over from Elliot. Nice. Good morning to Elliot here. Thomas saying, don't forget Bosa on that injured list as well. I'm not. I got Bosa as in. I don't have him even with an injury designation now of his brother. We know his brother was having problems making it to the starting gate yesterday. Magatron, as I like to call him. Elliot likes the over. Joe T, of course, likes the over. Elliot likes the over in that Radford game right now. Here's a little more steam in college basketball with San Jose State right now taking the steam here against UTEP. This one is right down the street from me, not 10 minutes away. Here in San Jose State was a 5-point dog. They're down to 4.5 here right now. San Jose State's actually had some success against or UTEP's actually had some success against San Jose State, but San Jose State's taking the steam here right now. Okay, here we go. Keep it going, Shannon Moore. Nice to see you, Shannon. How you been? Good to have you here stopping by. And Elliot also liking the over here. Jermaine says it's got to be the Chargers tonight. I do feel like they're, certainly the Ravens. I'm going to put them in a class ahead of the Chargers a little bit, but man, the Chargers have been doing well. And Terrell says, yeah, maybe Chicago State has gotten a little bit better, but they might be back to being the old Chicago State here. Right now, when you see a runaway favorite like this, I would tend to think that it will be right with Radford, but you're getting out of the range here a little bit of some of the projections, I think, now up to 16 points. So, all right, gang, I guess that's going to be it for Monday Night Football here, and I'll have to make the call myself. I mean, you guys are already on the Ravens as a consensus play, so I don't need to go one way or the other. I'm just going to trust you guys that the Ravens will beat my Chargers, or at least, get it done on the money line. Maybe the Chargers will get a cover here, but really disappointed in you guys here. I've made this little show, and, well, you guys are against my Chargers, so. All right, I'll have to go with the under here in this one as my call. Look, 50, come on. I don't know if it's going to be a 50 here tonight with these two teams. Give me the under as my play with the Ravens and the Chargers here. All right, I guess that's it. I want to keep going with Monday Night Football. I want to try to make a case for the Chargers, but you guys are on the Ravens here as a consensus play. Good for you guys here. I'll hopefully come on here tomorrow and take a victory lap with the Chargers. All right, maybe I'm just hoping on this one. All right, we've got plenty of action tonight in the NBA, and we'll get it going here right now. Big card, NBA and NHL tonight. The Magic and the Hornets are going to start us off. Let's take a look. All right, the Magic going to be on the road. Here is a 5-point favorite. Total 213. Hey, what's going on? 213. These totals are getting lower and lower. It seems like maybe there's a little bit of defense after all, but this one here, you got the Magic on the road. Certainly the better team here, favored by 5 currently. Get all my notes kind of ready here right now. Pardon me, gang. All right, the Hornets come in 11-7 overall, and the Hornets just 6-10. Hornets have lost 3 of their last 4. Orlando, a couple of wins here over Detroit, over the Lakers here right now. Orlando's been a pretty good cover for the most part at home, but on the road it's been a struggle. They're just 3-7 against the spread overall. Charlotte definitely hasn't gotten much going so far, and yeah, maybe they're certainly a subpar team here at this point, but I don't know if I'm going to trust the Magic here on the road as a favorite, despite how they've played after their star has gone out. They've done a very, very nice job. They are 8-3 against the spread as a favorite, but the Hornets are 9-5 to the number as an underdog here. Maybe it hasn't been great at home, just 4-3-1 against the spread overall, but they have covered here a few in a row now at home. So Hornets right now coming off of a loss at Milwaukee, but they did get the money for me the other night after coming back from a big deficit. They were able to fight back and cover the 8 in that one. They beat Detroit here at home. Last time out, they've covered 3 straight games overall. Orlando's been hot. They're covering like nobody's business right now. 8 of their last 9 they've covered here. But as a road favorite, I don't think I'm going to trust them tonight. I think I'm going to be moving on the Hornets here plus the points. See if you guys agree or disagree in the chat, and we'll get your play on this one. Fernando does like the Magic here. He says it's gone up to 6 here, maybe. Let me take a look. 5.5s or 6s for sure out there right now. So even more points. Hooray. I'll call it 5.5 since I'm going to be on the dog here, but it does look like it's gone up to 6 here at a few places right now. And here comes Elliott. He's on the Magic and the over. Shannon Moore's on the Magic. This is going to be a consensus play on the Magic, I think. I should have just kept my mouth quiet here. Robert's with me on the Hornets here in this one. And Terrell does say the Hornets will cover anyway. Ferner says the line opened as low as 2.5, or maybe he might be talking the football game there. Hello to Ferner. And Elliott says on the Magic, they're definitely deeper here. How about LaMelo to have a nice night here in this one? Elliott says they played just a couple of weeks ago, and the Magic smashed them back on what day does he say? 2 weeks ago. The score was 114-89. The Magic were a 9-point favorite in that one at home. I'm on the Hornets here. Maybe against the majority of the chat, it feels like, but didn't maybe make a consensus here. Got enough support from the gang on the Hornets. Got a few people with me taking the Hornets. And Jermaine says, you got no Grant Williams. That makes it an easy cover. A couple other injuries of note. Let's see here. Wendell Carter still questionable right now. You got Jalen Suggs probable to play tonight. And I guess, Jermaine, with no Grant Williams, I guess, he's out for the season. So maybe the Hornets are not going to win another game. Or maybe it's just a matchup. Oh, Thomas says Orlando is a consensus play. Okay. So far, it's a consensus 2, Ramon nothing. I'll try to find one that you guys agree with me here. Ferner's liking the Magic. So, all right, I'll take my lumps here again on this one. I'll take the Hornets. Chat's on the Magic. Probably going to get somebody else in here to host the show that agrees with everybody. Irish King says, how about Orlando? First quarter and a first half. Get that line now? I think so. I mean, if the Magic's moved here from the chat says from 2.5. The general opener was certainly at the books that are kind of later to market 4 or so, but DraftKings opened the game 2, as you guys said. So it's been all the move here on the Magic. So I get it. Hornets aren't great, but I'm going to take them here. I think they're doing an okay job at this point. 9-5 is a dog. Got to look at that. Gang, Radford is an official, or I don't know about official, but Radford's taking more action here right now. They are the steam at this point. Game time just 40 minutes from right now, but Radford, we had already mentioned it, right, up to 16 or whatever. I guess the line service figured it out as well, but I'm showing right now Radford's up to a 17-point favorite as we speak here. So Radford was as low as 13 last night, but when you get the momentum going against Chicago State, right, it feels like it's going to be a blowout here. Maybe I might even throw a few bucks on it to look at the score as we're talking here right now. So, hey, Texas here. He could lean to Charlotte with me. And Dave says, how about the Magic right now? Doing a great job here. Hey, here's some steam right now. It's going to be, believe it or not, in the NFL here with the Giants and the Cowboys. We're seeing steam on this one. Over right now with the Giants and the Cowboys here this week. On Thanksgiving, it was 37.5, but it's going up to 38.5 right now. What did the Giants decide to go with Drew Lock after all? We haven't seen the news yet, or maybe they did fire the coach. So we are seeing a little bit of steam there right now. We did have a few premium pick on the send out there. I only sent out 3 plays. I guess I had one winner yesterday in the NFL. I wasn't too hot on the card yesterday, so I did take it kind of easy, actually. All right, Justin, I didn't say I know. I don't know if I can. Look, we've already missed out here now on 4+ points with Radford. It just feels like to me, and looking at these Chicago State games, right, when the line is kind of a runaway line on the favorite, like we're starting to see in some of these Chicago State games, it usually holds up. All right, so, but my play I sent out, and I already kind of teased it to see if I could get any subscribers over there. There's no doubt yesterday, you guys, I mean, I'm not going to come in here and toot the horn or whatever, but I think I rolled every early game you guys were asking me about yesterday. I think we started off the day like 5-0 on the not the official picks, because we were giving out some picks of the early games, but I don't think I missed on those first few games there yesterday morning in college basketball. This one feels like the same thing. So I did give out the under on on my little service there, but man, Radford, we've missed the boat. That's what it feels like, but it's going to be, I'm sure it'll be a much better chance that Radford will get a 20-point victory than Chicago State will have at covering 17 points here. That's the gut feel on that with Chicago State. They're great to go against, right? Okay, that's it for that one. I'm on the opposite of you guys. I should just wait for the chat so I don't end up on the other side. All right, here's the Pelicans taking on the Pacers in this one. We've already seen widely reported steam come in on the over, and why not between these two teams? We've got some teams that are definitely producing some overs. We know how bad New Orleans is right now with that 4-13 record overall, but mostly because of poor defense, it feels like. But Indiana, they kind of run up the score right now, especially at home, or at least are involved in high-scoring games. The Pacers are 6-1 to the over so far this season. The Pelicans definitely lean over here, but that widely reported steam has made this number on the screen, I believe. Let's see here. It's 226 here for the most part. Man, that does seem the steam came in on the under here. Boy, I don't know about this. I kind of want to let me just reserve this here. I was thinking about giving this one out on the show, but maybe this will be a premium here with the Pelicans and the Pacers here today. So far, Indiana right now, they have won, 5 of 7 games at home so far this season. They haven't been a great cover, but at home they have done a little bit better here. Indiana is 4-2-1 to the number at home. New Orleans on the road so far this season, 0-8 against the spread. We already know they're, not doing much. They're definitely one of the worst teams going, it feels like. If anything, they were overrated to begin with, and right now they're just chasing after any victory here at this point. So Indiana here, up to 6.5. I'm going to take Indiana as my play here on the show. I think I'm kind of reversing my field here a little bit, but you guys can put your play in and see if I don't think I'm going to be in the minority in this one. I think the Pacers may get some attention from you guys here, but that widely reported steam came in on the over, and really the move has only been on the under at opener here of 220, anywhere from 227.5 up to 229.5, and now we're down to 226. So there's no doubt the move is on the under here. It's just that Indiana at home seems to put up a massive score, and the Pelicans, I don't think there's any trend necessarily that says they're a big time over team, but I just think in this matchup they might end up giving up a big number. See what you guys have here, if anything, in this one. We got Pacers team total over here for Jermaine. And Irish King says, how about Pacers first quarter, first half? Also, Dave's on the over here. Robert's on the pace. Fernando pace and over. Elliott pace and over. Man, we're picking up the pace here. We might have a consensus in every game so far, but at least I'll be on the right side with you guys in this one. All right, give me the Pacers here. I'm taking the Pacers over the Pelicans to roll them here. All right, the Raptors are on the road taking on the Pistons. The Pistons a 5-point favorite here. The total 222.5 or so. The Pistons are on a 3-game losing streak right now coming into this one. They lost at Orlando. They lost at Charlotte. They lost at home to the Bulls. Meanwhile, for Toronto, they're coming off that loss to Cleveland. They kind of spoiled us a little bit with all those covers, but Cleveland definitely got the best of them and got the money there last time out. But Toronto's been pretty solid as an underdog, no doubt. Toronto 11-6 to the number as an underdog so far this season. Detroit as a favorite, just 2-4 against the spread. So can you really trust them here against Toronto? Maybe, because they do kind of have a strong series history against Toronto. And look, we know that the Pistons really haven't been a great team, right, over the last few years, while Toronto has been okay. You know, though things are going down a little bit, they're still getting numbers and everything, I think, is what I'm emphasizing here. But Detroit is 12-2 against the spread in their last 14 games against Toronto, and they have covered 5 straight at home. But I think for the most part, that was maybe when Toronto was probably just a little bit better. Still, Detroit has won 3 straight in the series, including the first meeting back on 10 days ago was 99-95 Pistons on the road as a favorite got the win. Here's a little bit of hockey steam coming in right now. Calgary and Ottawa. This one is moving under here, and why not? The Flames and the Senators. We have several 5.5s over here right now tonight. This one could be one of them. Flames and Senators, they're steaming this one to the under. And I don't know, with both these teams right now in this situation, I think they've played some unders too. We'll get to it, but steam coming in on the under right now with the Flames and the Senators here. All right, go ahead, gang. Go ahead and chip in here with the Raptors and the Pistons, but Pistons have gotten the better of the series price. Now, as far as the total's concerned in this one, you got a Toronto team that is 3-7 to the under in their last 10 games. They're also 3-6 to the under on the road so far this season. The Pistons are 2-4 to the under as a favorite, and they're 7-11 to the under overall. For me, I want to continue to try to take the Raptors, it feels like, as an underdog. Yes, the Pistons have dominated this series, but again, I think they were dogs in several of those games. Let's see, the last 2 that they won, they were actually the favorites here. The big news, I don't know if you guys have already said it in the chat. I probably should have said it first off. Let me check the status of Cunningham here, but I think that's the key, right? I mean, he's out of this game, right? He's doubtful, and so it doesn't sound like Cade Cunningham is going to make the lineup. So how can I really, here's the thing, right? Yes, Cunningham has had an injury status here for, leading up to this game, but we haven't even seen any move on Toronto. And I think that news even kind of came out, let's see, when they recently updated here within the last couple of hours, they've downgraded him to doubtful. Let me just take the Raptors here right now as the play here. This one might be an under tonight, but I was going to give that out on the show. But I think here I'm going to ignore the series history a little bit. I know the Pistons have done well against these guys. Let's see if you guys have a play here with the Toronto and Detroit. Help me out. All right. Thomas did say so. 3 games, 3 consensus plays. Someone's going to have at least a 3-teamer tonight here. Who knows? Maybe we'll just have a consensus on every game. All right, here we go. What do we got? Fernando's going to lead under. Curtis said, is he in? I don't think he's in. Elliot said, you got over or under in that Radford game? You guys are talking like this Radford game is the greatest game going. But I'm on the under as my play. The steam came in on the under, and all of a sudden now that thing's at 143.5 here. I gave it out overnight at 145, probably about 8 hours ago or so, it felt like. Roberts, I think, on the under here in this one. I think I am too, but might be a premium here now. You guys like it. Doge is on the under. Justin says, take those Raptors. Dave says, go under. Look at this, Raptors and under here. Here's Raptors as well. And I think that's it for you guys. Not a great game. Probably spent too much time on it. Let's go to the next one. Mavericks and the Hawks here in this one. The widely reported steam has already come in here on the over in this game. It's 238. The openers were about 237, 237.5. So not a huge move necessarily, but I think these two teams might hit a trend to the over for the most part this season. You look at right now, both teams pretty hot to these overs, especially in these scenarios. How about this? Listen, you got Dallas coming in here 6-0 to the over as an underdog. We know Dirk still going to miss time here. We've been talking about it for a couple of days now. So Dirk still out. I mean, Dirk. Am I sleepwalking through this show? Luka out in this one, of course. But the Mavericks are 6-0 to the over as an underdog. Atlanta 7-2 to the over as a favorite. The widely reported steam came in on the over, and this one does feel like it's probably a high-scoring game, right? Atlanta's 6-2 to the over at home. Dallas is 6-2 to the over on the road. The teams are combined 21-13 to the over so far this season. Now, Atlanta isn't necessarily to be trusted at this point, just 2-6 against the spread at home, 2-7 against the spread as a favorite here. But so far, Dallas, they lost that game to Miami last night. What was the score? Thought I had it here. There it is. I think we got it here. And we did have a premium pick winner on the Heat in that game last night as the Heat got the win and the cover against Dallas here. So I think I've got to try Atlanta here despite some of these numbers. They're definitely not great here for Atlanta against the spread right now. But Dallas might be up against it here. They haven't really covered any numbers to much success anyway. Got a little bit of college basketball steam coming in. Penn State right now this morning. Or the steam's coming in anyway this morning, and the move is on Penn State here. Let's see what this line is. All right, here we go. The move is on Penn State right now. It was 15.5, probably up to 16 or more here right now. They're taking on Fordham in a game. The steam already also came in on the over in Penn State and Fordham. I was totally down with that. I bet it. Didn't give it out. Don't have it previewed as our game on the show. But so far, the steam coming in on Penn State to roll Fordham here, it looks like. But I liked the over in that game. Got steam to the over, so I don't know if there's any value left necessarily there. Let me see what that total is right now. Right now, the line is 16 and 151. That's even better. Okay, sometimes I bet the worst line. Who knew? All right, give me the plays here, guys, with Atlanta. And Atlanta does do well in this series. They only meet twice a year, but Atlanta is 9-2 against Dallas in their last 11 meetings here at home. That's once a year, but no doubt Dallas has had some trouble here. So even if Atlanta hasn't been doing well, they're obviously shorthanded. Atlanta has had the upper hand when Dallas comes in here. Although I will say, let me see here. Yeah, 9 of 11. Atlanta's won at home against Dallas. Give me the plays in the chat. Let's go with, started off, and it is Jermaine on Dallas here. Thomas is on Dallas. You guys liking Dallas today? Look at all this Dallas. Oh, boy. And Jermaine said, Dirk. All right, let's see. Jermaine's got a prop on Kyrie. Justin going over here. Yeah, for sure. I feel like that's my premium at this point. But Fernando leaning under. That's okay. And let's see here. Meeting. Let's see. What is Irish King saying Dirk had a bad game there. There's AOD. We missed the Detroit game with AOD. Elliott's going under here with the Mavericks game right now. And let's see what you got. Irish King says Detroit first half back on that other game. And yeah, there's no doubt at Justin. There's no doubt Atlanta overrated, and they are here. Maybe they are here too, but at least they found an opponent they've been able to handle a little bit. And without Luka, don't forget. Here's Dallas though for Dave. And look, they did win, right? Without, what was it? Who did they beat that? Remember, they beat Denver without Luka before the loss to Miami. So, all right, look at this consensus play number 4 here with Dallas tonight. You guys are against me in 3 of the 4 consensus plays. I might not ever come back. Here's Robert on the over, and we lean into Atlanta here. And I think that's it. We got to keep moving. We got a nice one here next up. I think anyway. Come on, the Clippers on the road, taking on Nasty Nate's Celtics here. The Celtics a 10-point favorite. Total 217.5 here in this one. We've been riding. You know where we've been headed here right now. It was these Clipper games almost under every time. It feels like right now. The way they're going. The Clippers have won 4 straight. Hey, I've been backing my Clippers so far this season. Make no mistake. And it's been a good situation. The Clippers right now, 12-6 against the spread. Boston, they're often overrated right now. They're just 3-7 to the number in their last 10 games overall. Just 2-6 against the spread at home. They win the games. They just don't cover is what it feels like. We know Boston's on fire here so far, 14-3 right now. Clippers 11-7. People keep making fun of them a little bit, but I think they'll be fine. I mean, you don't got a billionaire owner, do you? All right, let's take a look here at some of the comments in the chat here in this one. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game, but it looks like we're dealing with a little bit of value here all of a sudden. This game was as low as 216, and now it's only going up. Right now the total is at 217 or so here. 217.5. Go ahead in the chat. I'm going to look at the comments first now before I make my play because man, I'm going to be embarrassed here tomorrow. Ottawa taking steam right now in that game against Calgary. We already talked about the steam coming in on the under in that game with the Flames and the Senators. Here comes the steam on the Senators. Senators have kind of dominated the series against Calgary of late. I always mention it, even though one's a West and one's an East, the 2 Canadian teams meeting. But, man, Senators were $1.50. They're at least $1.55 or higher here right now. The Senators are taking some steam. All right, let me continue on, though, here with the Clippers. Here, Nasty Nate, Celtics second quarter. He might be just copying and pasting this one every night. And Thomas says, don't forget, just had the Clippers played, of course, last night in that game against Philadelphia. And Clippers got that win, of course, 125-99. If I would have, I wouldn't have taken the 76ers in that game yesterday if I would have known that James Harden was going to take it personally against Philadelphia and light up the Sixers last night. Should have never bad call here on the Morning Steam show. I went with the under too. That was not a great call. Bad. But we did have 2-1 night with our premium picks in the NBA. We had the Nets and the Kings game to go under last night for a 2-1 night anyway. Dave says the real team in LA is the Lakers. No doubt about it. I mean, Clippers should be in San Diego. They actually are in San Diego now. The G League Clippers. All right. Thank you to Jermaine talking about that Atlanta game. Ferner is on the Clippers here in this one. Could I just go to the well again here with the under? So little note coming in here last night. I think I saw something different. Maybe this is new news. Probably should check a third source on it right now. But Quinn Ewers, who we saw leave the game with an ankle injury, did pass his MRI, was ruled that no damage to that ankle, and I thought that he might be scheduled to play in the game against Texas A&M this weekend in the big game, but right now they are saying questionable for Ewers. I don't know. I think he's going to make that game. We'll see. Texas definitely need Ewers in there against A&M. I guess they don't need him, but I mean, they do need him, but you know what I mean. We'll see on that one. Okay, here's Ferner on the Clippers. Jermaine on the under here. Dave takes the Celtics here. You know I'm on the Clippers. Here's Robert. He likes Celtics first. I'm going against Nate here. I don't know if Nate's taking the Clippers over the Celtics overall, but again, I just think for me the Celtics just are laying too many points usually. Clippers have been a great cover so far. I think that's a fact. 8-4 is an underdog against the spread so far. I know they're on the back-to-back. Here's Philly Eagle Flyer talking that Flames game. Good morning to Tino. Thomas may take Texas, maybe. I don't know. Okay, give me the Clippers here in this one. I'm probably going to go with the total here as my play again. I'll probably just keep going until it stops, it feels like. Maybe I should mention some of those numbers for the Clippers right now. I keep hitting the under on all these games here. They're 6-11-1 to the under so far this season, 4-7-1 to the under as an underdog. Celtics are 5-3 to the over at home. Okay. Hey, hello to Sniz in the chat. Great to have Sniz here today. We saw the Cavs there yesterday get that win and convincingly over my Raptors. I say my Raptors because we've been riding with them and getting that money, but not last night. Cavs had the best of them. Thanks, Sniz. All right. Thomas says the Celtics could pull away late. That's what they do. But the Clippers, they know how to cover spreads. It feels like I'm gonna take the Clippers here, and I was teetering anyways on the total for a premium or the side, so I think maybe I'll just take the Clippers here on the show. Just want to make sure I don't go against the chat anymore. Okay, here's the the Trailblazers taking on the Grizz here in this one. You got the Grizzlies going to be a big favorite here at -10 or 10.5 even right now, and this total's up to 232. There's no doubt it's up to 232. We better update that at least. There we go. Portland coming in 7-10 right now. The Grizzlies are 10-7 coming in to this one. Blazers have had a pretty good series here against Memphis, winning 2 of the last 3 meetings. The teams did meet back on November 10th. Grizzlies won 134-89 in one of the biggest blowouts of the season. They were only favored by a point in that one. The widely reported steam has come in on the over here. This one's a little more obvious, it feels like, in this one. Memphis has been the over team so far this season, 12-5 to the over, but Portland's been a pretty hardcore under, 2-6-1 to the under on the road. I'd probably trust this steam, though, more likely in this one. Portland, though, some of the numbers to indicate they've had a good run here against Memphis. They've covered 5 straight times here in Memphis right now. So it might be something I actually could get behind, but because Memphis, Portland's done a good job covering the spread, but Memphis is continuing to roll here despite their injury woes. And the news tonight was that Ja Morant was scheduled to return here. He is upgraded here to probable, upgraded to questionable here, but that feels pretty positive right now for Ja Morant. I think we might actually finally get a look here at Morant back on the court tonight. Will it result in a line move when that becomes official? It's already a pretty big spread. To me, the spread kind of indicates to me, yeah, maybe they would have been an 8 or a 9 point favorite if he wasn't in there, but I don't know. It feels like at 10.5 right now, up from 8.5, up from 8 even. It feels like Morant's going to make the lineup here tonight. I'm going to take the over here until we find out for sure here what's going to happen. Maybe I won't, with late injury news to a key player, sometimes that one isn't going to make the extra content, the report, if you will, the plays that I'll be sending out. If we don't know within the last hour or two, it makes it a little bit difficult. But I'm going to take the over here if he does play. I think that's going to help things for sure. Like I said, Memphis is, going over here for sure. Portland's been an under. Let's see what you guys have tonight in this one with anything here. Justin does like the under, though, against me. Elliot likes the under as well. Thomas says that's why it is 10.5. And Elliot says that Grizzlies defense. That's what they're what they've been doing even without Morant. They're playing that kind of a high level of defense. Memphis has covered 8 of their last 10. They're 11-5-1 against the spread. So, they're definitely doing well. And a lot of that damage, Morant's been out how many games now? Several games here, and Memphis still continues to roll, covering numbers. They covered against the Bulls. They covered against the Sixers. They beat Denver. Remember they split with Denver, but they did beat them in the game at home. So Robert's on the Grizzlies here. Ferner's on the Grizzlies as well. Thank you, Elliot, for that. That steam that you heard a few moments ago, more college basketball to look at here with Auburn and Iowa State. We've got a move here. We're going to preview this game. The move here, the steam is on the over here with Auburn and Iowa State. Probably up to 147 or 147.5 here right now with Auburn. A pretty solid 4-point choice, it feels like. Has that one moved at all? Because I don't know. I kind of like Auburn here. We're going to preview it, I think. So let me just continue on. I think that one's in the preview. Or the picks, if you know what I mean. Here we go. Next up. Okay, here we go. T-Bird, nice to have you in the chat. The Knicks and the Nuggets here in this one with the Nuggets, a 4-point favorite right now. Nuggets come in 9-6. The Knicks are just 9-7. So even records here for these two. College basketball steam right now with Abilene Christian and Southern Miss here tonight. We're seeing a little bit of steam coming in here right now. This one's a neutral site game being played in Bozeman, Montana, but we are seeing steam to the over here with Abilene Christian and Southern Miss. It was 147.5, but now we're going to be up to 148 or more here right now with a move to the over. Abilene Christian and Southern Miss getting steamed here right now. All right, here we go with the Knicks taking on the Nuggets. The Nuggets have had a pretty good run in this series here. Of course, the teams just meet here once a year in Denver, but the total has gone over in 6 of the last 8 trips for New York here into Denver. And Denver has won, get this, 15 of the last 16 meetings between these two teams have been won by Denver. I gotta like that portion of the series. Yeah, it hasn't always resulted in a cover here. Sometimes they've been favored by a few too many points, but Denver here, let's see. Usually what it has been, let's see, the Knicks covered. The Knicks won last year in January by, oh my gosh, by 38 points in that one. But I'm sorry, so Denver 15-1, last 16 games at home they've won against the Knicks. So they've only met meet once a year, but Denver always wins at home. That's what the trend kind of says there, if I got that right. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here. It was 234 or so, but now we're looking at 232 pretty much everywhere for the most part. And the line is 4 here in this one. What we've seen so far with these two teams are plenty of overs. It feels like the Nuggets are 6-2 to the over at home so far. The Knicks are 6-3 to the over on the road. This is only the second time all season the Knicks are an underdog here, so I got some worries here, maybe a little bit. I'm going to go over in this one. I'm going to fade the steam actually here. Usually, if I fade the steam, sometimes that's more of a premium because it does create some value, but I might like the side a little bit too much here. I'm going to take over as my play. I'm going to fade this steam. I got 2 points of value here. It feels like at 232 right now. Despite, like I said, these two teams producing some overs for sure. Here we go from the chat. Who do we have with? Hey, Stop Geo here today. Great to have Stop Geo. And he says, check that injury report too. You got to have Cat in there. I mean, look, nobody was doubting that Cat wasn't going to be a good acquisition for the Knicks, right? He's done a great job, but has a calf injury tonight, and he is questionable here in this one. Ken Carr is out for Denver here. I think he's been out for a game or two now, I think. Miles McBride also questionable for the Knicks here. Achua continues to be out with that hamstring injury. Gorky's here. Gorky, I think everyone here in the chat went with the Ravens, and it was going to, that's the way it's going to be. I think you're going to hear mostly Ravens talk from all the talking heads today. Nobody wants the Chargers tonight. Robert's on the Nuggets here in this one. And I'm on the over here. So is T-Bird. Irish King says, first quarter, first half for Denver tonight. Elliott's on the over. Burner's on the Nuggets here. Jake Dye's on the Nuggets and has become a consensus play here. Denver Nuggets. Man, we've got a 5-teamer tonight. Good luck. Good luck. Somebody's going to have a chance to win a nice prize here. All right. Terrell says they'll continue to go over. And Dave says, take those nuggies. Here's a little bit of steam rolling in here right now with Howard and UMBC. We got anybody? We got any of my DMVers here in this one? This one going over right now with Howard and Baltimore County over 153 or so, 153.5 here right now. This one is at noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific. Baltimore County, I thought they were in a, as an underdog here. That's something I was interested in, but we are seeing steam here to the over with Howard and Baltimore County. I think Howard's covered a couple of games here for sure, right? So far in Baltimore County, they haven't exactly been terrific, but I don't know. I think that one sets up better for Baltimore County. All right. Let's see anywhere else here. What else do we have in this one? Irish King going over here. I'll take the over as well. All right. Jermaine doesn't like what hey, look, you get what you get with Cat, but it's hard to argue with the production, I think is what I'm kind of what I'm getting at there. The offense, the scoring is, the offense. But yeah, it would be nice. You got to have a little bit of defense here. The Knicks aren't necessarily showing that here. So I don't know why this move, why that steam kind of came in there on the under, but good on you. Like I said, the series goes over too. Hello to Sub. My name is Sub. My name is Sub. I'm kind of changing the tone of the song. Yeah, our soccer tonight here, we do have one game in the EPL here with West Ham and Newcastle. Newcastle's going to be a goal favorite in that one. A couple of games in Italy as well today. Also, let's see. I think that's probably it for the top tier leagues here today. So appreciate Sub stopping by. I'm sure we're going to get something out of him as I put a little pressure on him today to get us some soccer. Anybody going to look at those 3 games, or I don't know how low are you going to dip in there? You want to go to Argentina? You want to go to Denmark? Let me know in the chat. All right, here we go. The Nets and the Warriors here. And, I've been all about these Nets a little bit here this season for sure. But last night they got it done again, and I tried to fade them. So don't do that. Go with what works. Here, the Nets have been pretty terrific against the number, 11-5-1 against the spread so far, 7-2-1 on the road. But hey, the Warriors have kind of caught people maybe a little bit by surprise with all their success. Yes, they are 12-4 overall, 5-1 at home so far, but they've covered some numbers too. Probably not to the success of their winning percentage, certainly, but let's see, Warriors here, 4-2 against the spread at home, 10-6 against the spread overall. The Nets have had a pretty decent time when playing the Warriors here. They've covered 7 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams at Golden State. That's interesting because the Warriors have actually won 15 of the last 18 years between the two teams here at home. So what it means really is the Warriors are favored by too many points when the Nets come to town, and the Nets usually find a way to get the money. Well, that sounds pretty okay to me because the Nets continue to get the money no matter where they go, and especially when they're getting points. So Warriors are just 5-5 overall against the spread in their last 10 games. Maybe I like this one pretty strong here. So I'll pivot to the total. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game, but I'm going to take the over here in this one at 224. Let me see if that's the right number right now. 223.5, 224 for the most part. I'm going to take the over. I'm going to fade that steam a little bit and try the over. The Nets are going under, so that's interesting, right? That the Nets have been so successful against the spread, but they're just 5-8 against 5-8 to the under are the Nets as a dog. Warriors, they are 9-7 to the over overall. They definitely go under as a favorite, so I feel like I'm kind of bucking the trend here a little bit. I'm going to take the over with the Nets and the Warriors tonight. Okay, here we go with let me find some plays here in this game. Good conversation on the game. Robert first. I'm going to go with Robert here with the net. He's got Nets and over in this one. Thomas is on the Nets as well. Sniz says the Nets are a good first half team here, the way he's seen it here of late. Ferner says the Nets are going to cover. And Thomas make a 100-yard dash to the window. I think Nets team total here for Dave, possibly, it looks like. And we don't have any choice. Thomas says, I got to call it like I see it. I don't care if we get a 10-teamer out of this one. We got to go with the Nets as a consensus play. All right. I'm down with that. And thank you to Sub here for our plays today. Oh, we're already looking ahead to tomorrow's Champions League, as he says, parlay up Newcastle with ACM tomorrow. All right. Fernando says, how about the Cholos? I went and put them. We were on the channel there last night, and I put on my Tijuana jersey the second half of the game there last night. And I was doing the X symbol. And they probably wondered what I was doing on the screen, making funny gestures. But Tijuana, they've actually looking as good as I've seen them right now, Fernando. I watch pretty much every game, and it feels like they're playing as well as they have here in a couple of seasons. Right now, at just the right time. I don't know if we can get it going too far other than this, but pretty good, pretty good right now. All right. I think that's it. Top Geo says Kikuchi signs 3-year deal. I haven't seen it yet, but sounds pretty good. Good job, Angels. I mean, look, that's probably even another dud signing in a way, but at least they, have signed a pitcher here. I guess that's all I can say right now about that. All right, I think that's it. You guys are on the Nets consensus. I'm gonna agree. That's one I can get behind for sure. I'm not gonna disagree with the chat in that one. Probably was going to be a premium, but you know what? If the consensus is on it, I'm okay with just riding with the consensus and betting it. Hope you guys understand how I'm working my program here a little bit. Hello to Oldie. Yeah, everybody, if you're leaving town here, I'm not going to be catching up with me this week. Of course, I will be here on Thanksgiving talking football, but happy holidays to everyone. Okay, one more tonight. Man, am I taking too long here? Thunder and the Kings here in this one. You got the Thunder on the road, 4.5-point favorite. Interesting to note here, gang. We got some steam rolling in here right now. First, let me touch this one here for you guys. New Hampshire taking steam here on the extra board against Columbia. We've seen Columbia do an interesting job here so far, but it's New Hampshire here taking the steam at plus 18 or so. I think this was probably going to go down a couple of points here. New Hampshire may have some value if you get on there. I'm not saying if I like either side, but I think this one's probably going to head maybe to 16 here, but New Hampshire is taking the steam against Columbia. Also, moments ago, NBA steam coming in, and I teased it as if I wanted to go premium in this one. I probably still will, but I'm not going to be getting much value. It may miss the window actually. But Toronto and Detroit, this one is moving dramatically lower right now. That was as high as 224, but it's down to 222 or so. I might still be interested in that one as a premium under. Got to be honest here. Don't hold me to it because of the move, but I like the under here. Just don't know at this point. It might be losing too much value, but remember when I talked about the game, I was ready to go with the under, but kind of pivoted to the Raptors because of the move, and now I see it here officially down to 221.5 with the Raptors and the Pistons. Boy, interesting move for sure. Okay, Thunder and the Kings. I guess you guys are kind of rolling your plays already in there. Let me talk about this one. The Kings definitely have had the Thunder's number here of late. Kings have won 5 straight at home against the Thunder, and they've covered 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two here at Sacramento. The Kings have lost 3 in a row here right now, but I think this one might be a kind of a good setup for them here against the Thunder tonight. Sacramento definitely is not doing a great job against the spread for sure. They've been pretty crummy actually. Just 2-6-1 against the spread so far, even 1-3 as an underdog. So interesting, right? The Kings are someone we usually can kind of make money with over the last several seasons right now, but it's not working out necessarily here with the Kings. And I'd say they're underachieving for the most part right now, but maybe in this matchup, getting some points at home, I might have to try them here. I think you guys are probably going to be all over Oklahoma City. So let me at least wait for you guys in the chat maybe I'll end up on the total here. I do like the total, but I think you guys are probably going to be all over Oklahoma City. I would rather take a chance with the Kings getting some points here, but so far OKC right now 4-2 against the spread on the road, but hasn't been, like I said, hasn't been a great series, and I don't know if there's much difference between the two teams other than the fact that there are significant injuries here in this one, but again, players that we knew that were out here with the extended injury of Holmgren, but you got Ousmane Dang, he's out tonight. Caruso is out tonight as well. All right, go ahead, chat. Let me see it. I know it's going to be a lot of thunder in here, so I probably just got to go with the total. Hello to Dre. Nice to see you, Dre, here. Terrell wants to go. Yeah, man, that's where you go. Get the Nike gear and all that. All right, let's see here. Elliot says, OKC to hand the Kings another loss. Yeah, it's been a little bit worrisome here right now for the Kings. They haven't covered in a month, it seems like. Here's a steam on the St. Louis Blues here tonight against the Rangers. The Blues have had problems with the Rangers, even though they don't meet very often, but it's always been Rangers. I know that. But they're taking the steam here on the Blues. Right now, they were plus $1.95 or so. And hey, the pros are going to take a shot here with the Blues tonight. All right. Dave says on Thanksgiving, is it turkey or round table? The round table's not open, Dave. I don't think. If it is, maybe I'll get it. I'm the ham guy. I'll eat some turkey, but I mean, I'm going to have mostly ham. Trey likes the over here. Dave likes the over in this last one as well. Where is that Thunder support? Don't let me. Oh, wow. Fernando says there's a total 220 here in this one right now. Dang. All right, man. That'd be a big move. All right. Robert says thunder and under. These two teams playing, it feels like trending under anyway. I don't think it's been a really significant here, but let's see. Jermaine says should have taken that under. You got Elliott on the under here. Oh, he's talking about the Raptors game back. He's a little behind us, maybe, or because I was talking about that steam. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah, 220s here right now, that Raptors game, right? So that's what I'm saying for now. Thanks for clearing that up. Sometimes that can take me off the premium. I just want to stress that I really like the under there. To be a premium, you guys. Yes, I send out a lot of hey, I have a lot of winners, but I also have the most losers because I have a high volume. But that one qualifies. It checks all the boxes, that under. The only one it might not check is the fact that there's been a 4-point move now. That's still going to favor the under. I'll end up betting the under for sure. Doesn't mean it's going to be sent out as a premium, though. All right. Okay, here with the Thunder and the Kings. Look, you guys weren't necessarily on the Thunder, so I am going to take the Kings. I'm going to try the Kings as my play here. And like I said, at home here. Look, Thunder have done a great job, no doubt about it. But Kings need a win. They need something positive here right now. Don't forget, not only the Kings, they've failed in 4 straight or whatever it is, but the Thunder also have failed to cover in 3 straight games. They were laying 13 against Portland the other night and didn't get the money, but nonetheless, they've lost 2 of their last 3 and failed against the spread in 3 straight. So I'm going to take the Kings. Let's get to hockey right now and keep this show moving here. The basketball is all underway. The first basketball game there is underway. Okay, here we go. Let's start it off with the Avalanche on the road here against the Lightning in this one. And Lightning is better of this matchup when these two teams have met here in the past. Right now, the Avalanche, are they a slight favorite here on the road? $1.15 here. I'm showing the Lightning starting to move to a favorite here at a few books. There's definitely going to be a shift here right now. The Lightning, in fact, I just got to flip-flop them. The Lightning are the favorite now at most of the books, it feels like. I'll call them $1.15 and 6.5. I think it is shaded to the under here for the most part. And I think that's probably going to be where I end up going on this game until I further investigate this move a little bit. But no doubt the Lightning have had the best of this series when these two teams have met. All right, here we go. Colorado comes in with a 12-9 record right now. They've won 3 straight. Tampa 10-7-2. They've lost a couple in a row here now. They lost at Dallas 4-2 the other night. They lost at Columbus in that wild 7-6 game. The Lightning here have covered the puck line in 5 straight at home against Colorado. Colorado doing a pretty good job right now on the road, 6-3 overall, but they are an underdog now, and that has not been a great spot for Colorado. I know they're only a slight underdog here, but they are 2-4 as an underdog here. Tampa 6-2 at home so far, so I don't know. This seems like a pretty good price, pretty good spot to take Tampa Bay here, but might be a premium for me. I think I might just stick to the total. These two teams, you got Tampa Bay 1-6-2 to the under at home. Colorado, yes, they're an over team, no doubt. 5-1 to the over as an underdog, 13-7-1 to the over, but 3-6 to the under on the road. So I might end up with the under here as my play in this game. Let's take a look. Here is Dre. I think he likes the over here in this one. Here's a little basketball steam to interrupt us here right now with the UAB Blazers laying some chalk here, getting steamed right now in their game tonight against Lafayette, I guess today against UL Lafayette here in about 2 hours or so. The total is moving here as well, but UAB probably up to a 10.5 point favorite here against ULL. UAB taking the steam against Louisiana. UAB getting steamed right now here on the Morning Steam Show. All right, let's see what we got here. Philly Eagle Flyer. He wants to go first period here in this one over. It's going over here, it looks like. Hello to Nate here today. Good morning, Nate. Thank you, Elliot. You have a great week. I'll see you later. Appreciate it. Everyone have a great week this week. Let's be with our fams. I'm going to be here in Las Vegas if they'll watch football with me. Here's Robert on the Lightning today. Can't disagree here. I'm going to take the under as my play. I think Lightning probably going to be on the card here for me. Irish King, Tampa Bay as well. Peter Alexander. Nice to have Peter Alexander. Or maybe it is Peter Alexandra. Peter Alexandre, or just Peter Alexander. Peter, thank you very much for being our new chat person of the day. That's what I would say. Appreciate you being here. All right, the under for me in the Colorado game here today. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're here every day. I come on here every day, just ramble about sports for 2 hours, and somehow I'm very, very fortunate to have nearly 100 of you in here right now. Just listen to me giving out some stats and some picks. Hopefully I get a bunch right. Hopefully the chat gets them right. And Peter, we also have a drawing at the end of the show for anyone that comments, and they get a chance to win a parlay bet from our top picks, the ones that we all agree on here for the most part, that you guys agree on. And someone gets a chance to win a lot of money. No one's ever done it yet, but, I say a lot of money. Today it will be a lot of money here today. I think we're up to a 5 or 6 teamer here right now. Someone's going to win a 5 or 6 teamer for about, just maybe $3 if we're lucky. But come on, 5 teamer for $3. Who wouldn't take that as a free play? I'm willing to put down $3 whole of my money to, win someone, maybe a couple $100. All right, let's get a 6 or 7 teamer and hit it. one, we're going to hit one. We're going to hit a big one. Someone's going to hit one for a couple, $100. I mean, I know it's nothing life-changing, but we're just having some fun here. And again, once the show or the views or our channel continues to grow, that thing's going to turn into a 10-team parlay or a $10 parlay. All right. Here we go. Avalanche and the Lightning here. I'm sorry. We already got that one. Here we go. Next game. The Caps are on the road taking on the Panthers here. This has been all Panthers, it feels like, in the past with these two teams right now. Florida has won 5 straight against Washington. They've also won 5 straight at home against Washington right now. We know Washington's the hottest thing going. They've given a few back here right now with 2 straight losses. Florida's lost 3 straight as well, including to Colorado, 7-4 last time out. They lost at Chicago. They lost at Winnipeg when the Jets exacted their revenge. For Washington, they've lost 2 straight here at home to New Jersey and to Colorado. They were underdogs in that game. They just took steam moments ago, did the Caps here, but man, I don't know. I don't know here. Florida needs something right now. Look, they're still looking pretty good at 12-8-1, and still a big number though, despite this move. But you know what? I think down to minus 160 here or so. I guess I'll call it 165. I'm going to give a favorite out here, fam. I just think that represents some value, maybe even 20 cents of value. What is the puck line? I'm sure it's even plus money here. I'm just going to go money line. I was thinking puck line. I could get involved with the puck line, but let me respect the steam a little bit too. Just give me Florida $1.65. I'm sure it'll be down to $1.60 at some sharp books. There's definitely some. This is the term value for me. Everyone just says because it's their play, that's the value. I don't look at it like that. I don't say I think there's value, even if my projections say there's value. That is not the term that I use. The term value for me is when the price of the team is lower than what it was. I think the Panthers are on sale from what they were just a couple of hours ago. I'll take the Panthers at $1.65. See what you guys have in the chat, though, in this one. Kelly, good morning. Hello to Kelly. She says, Florida, I said last 5 in a row. Kelly says it's 9 out of 10 even. It's even stronger than that, Ramon. Look back at some of those games between these two. Florida's been winning them all, and they're often laying the puck line. So actually the Caps have covered 2 of the last 3 on the puck line in those games. But nonetheless, it's been all Florida. We know the Caps have been terrific, especially on the road. 6-2 on the road so far. They're also 10-3 as a puck line underdog. So maybe I'll just stay away from the puck line. Go on the money line. They're still Caps playing much better than they did in all those last couple of years, Kelly. No doubt about it, right? All right, here, let's see. We got Panthers money line here for Philly Eagle Flyer. Also some others. Reinhardt, anytime goal. And Kelly says, Ramon, you got to look at these injuries here. Ovechkin's been out of his mind. Yeah, he's out tonight. That was interesting you mentioned that, right? Because you figure like a little move on someone here, like maybe there is talk that he could be out, but I think he's got a pretty notable injury here. I don't think it's an extended period of time, right? But I don't think there's a timetable on his return is what I'm, I think we can speculate that he will return, but we just don't know at this point what it feels like, right? If I read that right, if I read it right, I'm trying to keep up on that one as much as I can, but I do know who else. No, that's the only injury really significant on the list. Of course, that's a big one, but here's a Robert on the over here, but Peter likes the under. Peter, you got the hang of this, no doubt. Awesome to have you here today, making the plays with us. Irish King here's got some too. Philly Eagle Flyer says, look, Panthers will turn it around. They're still the Panthers here for the most part. I'll take them tonight at $1.65. I know I can get $1.60 right now here at the South Point. I can get $1.58 at BOL.
Steam play.
Philly Eagle Flyer says take the Panthers here. First period. Hampton is getting steamed right now in their game tonight or today. This one is coming up here in just 9 minutes, fam. Hampton is getting steamed right now against Duquesne. Duquesne was a 7-point favorite. It's down to 6.5 or so right now. Duquesne and Hampton taking some steam. It's on Hampton here. This one is being played at the Cayman Islands. And this one goes off in just 9 minutes here in this one with Duquesne and Hampton. Hampton taking the steam. So there you go. Proceed with caution, but that one coming up here, top of the hour. As the games get started. Also, Miami of Ohio and Siena. I have a pick in that game as well over on winnable.com. Okay, here we go. Next up. The Golden Knights are on the road here against the Flyers, and the Knights are favored in this one, $1.35, $1.40 or so. The total is 6. We've definitely seen some overs, I think, with these two teams here right now. You got the Knights 13-6-2 overall. The Flyers 9-10-2 right now. But so far, you got VGK 10-4-2 to the over on the road so far this season. But I don't know if that's going to happen necessarily here tonight. The Flyers have done pretty well against the Knights, actually. Flyers have gotten the number or covered the puck line in 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. Have actually done a pretty nice job here. As far as the total, though, is concerned, I think for me, even though we've seen overs from these teams, Philadelphia is 4-7 to the under at home. And even though Vegas has been a strong over this season, like I said, 10-4-2 as a favorite, they're only 5-4-2 on the road to the over. So I think they get most of their overs, all of their overs, right at home is what it feels like. And even though Philadelphia trends over, like I said, they're 4-7 to the under. So this is one where I kind of buck the trend a little bit. I'm going to take under with Vegas and Florida here. Look, I think this one could be tough for the Knights, actually, even though we want to, kind of pick on Philly. It seems like a little bit right now. They are coming off of a win here last time out against the Blackhawks. They didn't cover the puck line, certainly, but they did win to stop a 2-game losing streak. Vegas here won 2 straight on the Canadian swing after they lost to Toronto. They beat Ottawa, they beat Montreal, and now they're here in Philadelphia as the 4th game on this trip. So I'm going to end up with the under here with Vegas and Florida. Also, here it is, also the game coming up in 5 minutes. We just said Hampton. These are the ones where, right, you don't always just say, hey, they got steamed, you take it. But the later the steam, the stronger the play sometimes. Duquesne and Hampton is taking steam to the over right now here. So let's cover this game a little bit, just real quick from a spread, from the perspective of the move. So Duquesne and Hampton here. Duquesne was a 7-point favorite or so, and now they are down to a 6-point favorite at some spots, all the way from 7. So Hampton, we said, took the steam. And then the total was 135, but we're seeing 136.5 here right now. So the move is clear. Hampton and over in that first game at the Cayman Islands here. That's what the line service has said is the strongest move here, the steam right now in that one. Okay. All right, gang, I'm taking the under here. What do you have, Golden Knights and Flyers here in this one? See what you got. Here's Philly Eagle Flyer, says Vegas money line, puck line, team total over. Super True Story says, I'll buck that steam. I'm going under with the Hampton game. I think Dre might be going under here. Hold on, I'm getting some breaking news here. Yes, I'm getting recruited for a job as on a text. Yep, I'm going to leave this glorious life here talking sports for that. All right, here's Doge on VGK. And also Irish King on VGK here, first period. I'm going to say the Knights have trouble here. I don't know. All right, keep it moving here right now with the Predators on the road taking on the Devils here. Predators have done pretty well against the Devils in the series here of late. For Nashville coming in right now, they've beat the Devils 5 straight times in New Jersey. They've also won 9 of the last 10 meetings between the two teams. Wow, Nashville has a good series here against New Jersey. Now, they are just 7-11-3 overall right now, and New Jersey's pretty hot here, having won 4 of their last 5 games. They beat Washington last time out 3-2. They beat Carolina at home 4-2. Predators here off of a win against Winnipeg. Impressive 4-1 to get that win. The Predators did take the steam here in this one. Right now, the line currently was 160 for New Jersey, but all the way down here now to $1.35 or so. So the value, right, is with New Jersey. That doesn't mean I like New Jersey. I'm gonna try Nashville here as a dog in this one against New Jersey. I think this one ends up. Look, these two teams are putting up unders, right? Or at least Nashville is big time. They've gone under in 8 of their 10 games on the road here right now. New Jersey is 5-3-1 to the over at home, but man, Nashville here. Let's see what the situation is in goal. Maybe take a look at half these goalies at least. A big card like this, we're not going to go over every goalie again and their numbers certainly, but let me see here in this one. I think what do I have there? Saros and Markstrom. Okay, Allen is listed at some of the sites here right now, but I don't know. With Markstrom, I mean, with a Saros in there, yeah, he's 6-9-2, but still a 92% save percentage and a 2.43 goals against. If New Jersey's unsettled in goal tonight, I'm going to take Nashville here in this one. Nashville has not won. They have not, they're 0-7 as an underdog. I get that. Here we go. Curtis is on New Jersey. Doge is going to ride with Nashville with me. Robert does like the under here. Probably going to make the card on that one, Robert. All right. Let's keep it moving here right now and go to a good matchup with the Stars taking on the Hurricanes for sure. Good game here. Dallas 13-6, Carolina 14-5-1 here right now. I'm showing Ottinger in there, but some of the sites are saying Kashetkov could be in here for the Hurricanes here right now. Canes have lost 2 straight here. And right now, Canes lost to road games to New Jersey and Columbus. You got Dallas here with wins over Tampa Bay, over San Jose of late. So widely reported steam did come in, of course, on the Hurricanes, as we said just a short time ago. Dallas has had their pretty good series here, actually, against Carolina. Dallas has covered the puck line in 5 straight meetings between the two teams, and they've covered the puck line in 5 straight on the road here. All right, for these two, also the steam came in on the over as well, but it was already 6.5. But maybe I have it listed as 6.5 under there, but yeah, maybe it is. At least it might be only 6.5 under 15 or so. In fact, I'm showing maybe a little bit of move to the under here, actually. And I get it. I mean, everyone who wants to go under when Carolina is playing right now, but Carolina is 3-6-1 to the under in their last 10 games. Dallas is 6-10-3 to the under overall. But Dallas is an underdog here. Man, I might want to take Dallas, I think, in this one.
Notice.
I'm going to take Dallas as my play here. What? Even money plus 105 or so. I know the Sharps are obviously on Carolina here, but I'm going to try Dallas with Ottinger here. I don't think it's going to be an over necessarily with these two teams, but I'm not sure. Let me look into that a little bit more. Here's some steam coming in on Iona right now. Iona taking on Cornell today. The steam already came in on the over. This is a night game here tonight, but Iona was getting 1.5. This is going to be a pick 'em here right now, it feels like, with this one. Iona taking the steam here against Cornell. All right, I'm taking the Stars. Even money here. See if you guys got anything in this one. Thank you, Philly Eagle Flyer, reporting here on the goaltending situation. I better refresh. Maybe I'll refresh here to see what's going on here. Let me go to the goalie computer and freshen things up a little bit. Yeah, Markstrom here was in the starters crease here. Thank you guys, keeping me updated here right now. We're getting a lot of those starters here coming in, actually, since we've been here so long today. Sorry, guys. Just a lot of games, it feels like. But I'm on the record here with the Stars anyways, so I'll just go through your plays here. Robert's going against me. Oh, no. All right, Kelly looks like she is kind of leaning under there. I like that, I think. I feel like that might be my play for the most part. So, okay, appreciate the goalies there, you guys. You guys are doing me a solid on that. All right, I'll keep it moving, though, here with the Blues taking on the Rangers here in this one with Bennington and Shesterkin here. I think we did see Shesterkin likely to come in here. In this one, he's 8-5 with a 3.05 goals against and 91.5% save percentage here for the Rangers. They've dominated the Blues here for sure in their meetings over the last couple of years. Rangers are 4-1 at home, covering the puck line in each of the last 4 meetings at home, covering the puck line against the Blues here. Rangers coming in right now with a 12-6-1 record. Blues 9-12-1. Rangers have lost two straight here right now. They lost to Edmonton 6-2 on the road. They lost to Calgary 3-2 on the road, but they're back home right now. In this one, and man, I know that steam came in on St. Louis, so maybe there's a little bit of value here on the Rangers now. They're down to $2 for sure at most places. So there's a little bit of bargain. It feels like total 6 under 15 or so. Give me the Rangers on the puck line here tonight. Can't pass on this. I'm not going to do it. I like the total here. I think you can get the feel. I'm liking the total here in this one. St. Louis 6-10-3 to the under on the road. Yeah, Shesterkin in there. I would expect Bennington, right? 6-9 with a 3.03 goals against. Give me the Rangers here. Puck line tonight. I'm on the Rangers. Robert likes the under here in this one. And I think Philly Eagle Flyer, I think is saying Rangers in a parlay, team total over, first period, both teams to score. Philly Eagle Flyer, totally underrated in the chat. Sometimes I don't even say them all, and hope it's okay. I try to get as many of your, triple play looks out there. But you do such a great job. Okay, Flames and Senators here in this one. You got the Flames coming in still 12-6-3. Here comes a little bit of steam college basketball right now. Big move. I'm sorry. College football action here. We got some action early move on some action here tomorrow. Kent State and Buffalo, first game of the week. Or I think there was actually a time change, but you know what I mean. Kent State and Buffalo is getting steamed here right now to the over. They're steaming at about 49. It feels like this one's going to go up to 50 here right now. Steam to the over, Kent State and Buffalo. All right, Ottawa's on a big time losing streak here right now. No doubt about it. They're losing. They're awful. They're just terrible right now. Things are not going well for the Senators. Fortunately, they have a series here where they've done very, very well. And when the Canadian teams meet, maybe you can throw things out the window. Ottawa's won 5 of the last 6 meetings at home against Calgary, and they've also covered the puck line in 5 of the last 6. Now, they were first meeting of the series between the two, but Ottawa did win the last meeting at home here 4-1. Calgary 6-2 in their last 10 games. But the steam came in on Ottawa. I kind of want to play Ottawa here if they're getting steamed as a favorite when they haven't won in forever, it feels like. But right now they're up to $1.62, $1.70 here. Ottawa's taking it big time action in this one against Calgary. I'm just going to lay it. I'm going to take a big favorite here. I'm going to say that it's a sharp move here with struggling Ottawa moving as a favorite. And I don't want to, send it as a premium. There's no value in Ottawa, but I'm going to trust this move actually here with these two. Widely reported steam also came in on the under. Now, that's something I probably can get behind pretty solidly here and may do so. Calgary 6-13-2 to the under, and also 4-10-2 to the under as a dog. They've gone under in 8 of their last 10 games. So that probably is where I'm going to be looking here. But I'm going to take Ottawa actually, and feels a little bit contrarian in the way, or does it? I mean, they're obviously a big favorite here now. Allmark in goal here, possibly a 3.1 goals against. Wolf, 2.32 goals against. Been very solid, 8-2-1, 92.5% save percentage. Doge says, take the Senators, but take the over, he says. Here's Philly Eagle Flyer, though. Flames, money line, reverse puck line. Just take them, trust them. Ottawa not looking good. Roberts on the under here. I think I got to go under. Red Wings taking on the Isles here in this one. You got the Isles, $1.60. Total down here to 5.5 for sure. Islanders 8-5. Red Wings 8-10-2. Here I'm showing Lyon in goal. Confirmed as the goalie here tonight to get the start. 3-4 with a 2.8 goals against. Wings lost last time out to Boston at home, 2-1. The Islanders coming off a win at home against St. Louis. They returned home from that road trip where they struggled with 3 straight losses there coming in. Islanders have not been a great favorite, just 3-6 overall as a favorite, but they are 4-3-3 in their last 10 games and 3-3 at home so far. This one, definitely I got to switch this one. Looks like Varlamov coming in here to be in goal. Let me switch that for sure. Reportedly was the first goalie in the warm-ups today in the morning session. So looks like Varlamov here in goal. Islanders are 3-6 to the under as a favorite. Meanwhile, Detroit 5-10 to the under as an underdog. Detroit has done very well in this series with the Islanders of late. Detroit has won 4 straight against the Islanders. They've covered the puck line in 4 of the last 5 games here. I should say Detroit 4-1 in the last 5 games against the Islanders, and 4-1 to the number here. Detroit 4-1. Let me get it. Am I saying it right? Detroit 4-1 last 5 games against the Isles. Detroit has had the better of the series in this matchup. So I'll better just take the under. I don't even know what I'm talking about here, but I do like the under, I think, between these two teams because Detroit going under when they're a dog, Islanders going under when they're a favorite. Islanders are 5-3 to the over at home, but I got to take the under here right now. Islanders have gone under in 4 of their last 5 here, so give me the under with the Red Wings and the Islanders. All right, let me see what you guys have, if anything, here. Yeah, Jermaine, we got college games too. We're going to be here all day. Show's 3 hours now, it feels like. But you know what? I'm over it. I just keep talking until I'm done. Isles, first period, full game. Look at Philly Eagle Flyers, got his plays in there. Here's Kelly. She likes the under in this one. I do too, Kelly. We're on it together here. She says, don't forget, they just played the other day, 4 days ago, and it was 2-1. It's actually the second meeting of the season. Look at these scores, right? 2-0 and 1-0. She's got the heart out. She loves it. Or she loves. All right, Kelly, I got you. All right. Oh, yeah, that is interesting, right? Kelly says Detroit, been a solid under here of late, she says. All right, let's move on. We got a good play in that. Maybe that should have been a premium the way we're talking. Okay, Jets up here against the Wild. And yeah, man, this is a good game for sure, right? Wow. Awesome Jets here, 17-4. Minnesota, 13-3-4. What a game tonight. Game of the night here with the Winnipeg Jets taking on Minnesota. And I know Winnipeg has won 5 straight meetings between these two teams, haven't they, Kelly? These two teams have been just terrific here this season. Minnesota 6-2-2 in their last 10 games overall. Winnipeg, as a favorite, they're just 15-0 so far this season. They actually, right? So 0-4 as an underdog, 15-0 as a favorite here, and Winnipeg has owned the series. I don't know. Maybe it could be a premium because I'm going to try to maybe take a look at this total here between these two. Minnesota 2-4-1 to the under here at home. It's not a lot to say trend-wise with these two teams. It's usually been an over series, but I always want to, look to these unders at 5.5 here for a reason. It feels like, and you got hot matchup here with 2 strong goaltenders, probably in Hellebuck and Gustafsson. The way they've been going this year, both guys with about a 2.25 goals against average so far. So give me the under at 5.5 here with Winnipeg and Minnesota. This one's got 2-1, 3-1 written all over it, doesn't it? See what you guys are doing here in this one with. Here we go. Hey, Gravy's here today. Great to have Gravy here. Philly Eagle Flyer here with his stuff. Hey, Robert here is on the Jets. And Jermaine says, you know what, probably going to get the value, though, going over here if everyone's going to be taking the under in this one. Yeah, no doubt about it. But you got, Minnesota definitely, they're second in goals allowed, I believe, this season. Here's Doge says, Wild on the puck line. Stars, he's got it a 1-goal game, I think is what he's saying there. So you got 2 of the top 3 teams in goals against so far this season, it feels like. So, and Kaprizov still out here right now. Listed as questionable, but I agree. It's going to be tough to make the lineup. All right, let's keep it rolling here right now. Next up, we're almost done here with our big hockey card. And then I've got about 6 or 7 college basketball games to look at here, even though we're already underway in the card here right now, huh? We did see Radford get out to a 6-point lead here on Chicago State. Definitely seeing this what is the score here right now? 21-15. Like I said, I did give out the under as my premium play over at winnable.com. I think we're going under here so far. It's 21-15 with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Long way to go, but just to let you know, I did go under as my premium play. I also gave out the under on that Miami of Ohio and Siena game. This is on the subscription package, and it's maybe it's going a little bit under here right now, 16-7. Miami of Ohio doing a pretty nice job here, winning 16-7. Also, Hampton 8-5, 8-5 against Duquesne right now. We did talk about the steam that came in on the over, but that doesn't look like the case right now. But Hampton is out to that lead. They were the steam. They were the underdog. So Duquesne, remember, they're 0-5 going into that game. All right, here we go right now with the Kraken taking on the Ducks here in this one. Yeah, the Kraken are favored, but look, they're 10-1. The Ducks are 8-3. So maybe the Kraken have dominated the Ducks enough here that maybe that's why they're favored, or maybe the perception is the Kraken should be better than the Ducks. They've won 5 straight meetings between these two teams right now, but man, the Ducks have been doing a pretty nice job. It feels like they had that 3-game winning streak. Now, they did just lose to Buffalo, but they've been covering the puck line like nobody's business right now. 11-5 as a puck line underdog. They're laying a pretty big price to get that goal and a half today. And Seattle's actually 4-2 as a puck line favorite, and they are 5-1 on the road as a favorite. So, got a update here coming in off the high-speed sports wire. The Brandon Ingram going to be listed as questionable for tonight's game. We talked about the Pelicans here in their game tonight against the Pacers. We were all on the Pacers already, right? Consensus play. I took them as well, but Brandon Ingram, his 23 points per game, he has that calf injury listed as questionable now for that game tonight. That one just in off the high-speed sports wire. All right, so this one's a little bit tough, it feels like, for me. I mean, I think there's no value, or quote-unquote no value necessarily on the Kraken here in this one. They were $1. Yeah, they're pretty much $1.40 everywhere. $1.55 here at DraftKings right now. So this one is a little bit rocky for me. I will say this. I don't want to give it away too much here, but come on. The Ducks are 1-9 to the under in their last 10, 5-10-1 to the under as an underdog. Seattle 3-7 to the under in their last 10. As a favorite, they are just 3 overs and 3 unders. I'll just take the what am I going to do? I'll just take the Kraken here in this one. I don't like this game at all on the side. I prefer the total here. That's probably my least favorite game on this card. Here's Philly Eagle Flyer on the Kraken, but Doge takes the Ducks. And yeah, like I said, these teams have a similar record. You got to lay this price on the road. I can only take it as a free play here on the show. All right, one more on the ice here tonight. It's going to be the Kings on the road. Big favorite, 250 against the Sharks. Kings are 11-7-3 coming in. The Sharks are 6-12-5. Kings are a 240 favorite here. The total 6 under, -120, maybe -125 here. Right now, Sharks on a 3-game losing streak. At this point, they've lost at home here to Buffalo last time out 4-2. Kings did beat Seattle 2-1 last time out at home. They did lose to Buffalo in their game before that. Sharks are coming in here right now 14-9 as a puck line underdog. Here, the steam came in on the Kings. They were a 220 favorite, now up to 240 or so. Kings have been a big-time under so far, 7-11-3 to the under, 3-6-3 to the under on the road, 2-8-1 to the under. As a favorite, the Sharks are 3-5-2 to the under here at home. I'm just going to take the under as my play, see if we'll flirt around with that game on the puck line a little bit as a premium. We'll see, but I feel like under is pretty strong here, and I'm going to take it. I see 625 here at plenty of spots right now. Nobody's really. Bovada has just cracked in at 5.5 over 25. If you want to grade me on it at 5.5, that's fine. Your mileage may vary. There we go. I'm going to try the under here in this one with the Kings and the Sharks, and that's hockey here. Johnny Walker was on the Kings. Philly Eagle. Let's see here. Kelly says series history in this one favors the Kings here right now, and the Sharks already have a win against the Kings last time out at San Jose just about a month ago. It was 4-2. The Sharks won it. All right. Let's go to a little bit of college basketball here right now. We've got some hot matchups out in Maui for sure. I was talking about it last night with Billy. Look at the action here in Maui. We know it's always awesome, right? It is the premier college basketball preseason tournament. The 8 teams participating in the Maui Classic right now have a combined record of 31-2. Is that right? 31-2. The combined record of the teams in the Maui Classic here. You have this one coming up. Let's start it off. The Memphis Tigers taking on the Connecticut Huskies. Wow. Hello. Someone is going to have a loss after this game. Both teams come in 4-0 right now. Who are you going to trust? Are you going to go with Memphis? They might have a different style, the way they manage their team a little bit, and where they how they kind of have their season going on so far. Like that, both teams are 4-0 here, but man, with Connecticut, it's funny because I think actually in this series it's actually been some success by Memphis. Let me get to that. Oh, there we go. What is this? Looking at some of yesterday's college basketball plays that I did send out, we were on a little bit of a roll there early on. It felt like with the premiums, we had Eastern Illinois and Valpo game to go under. We gave out Evansville over Campbell as a premium pick winner. We also had a premium pick winner with Ohio and Texas State game to go under. We also had a premium pick winner, Old Dominion and Boston College game under. And the show plays were just rocking there early. Yesterday we had that under in Lamar and Omaha. We rolled we rolled with Princeton early yesterday. We swept that game with Georgia and St. John's. Remember, I was saying how we crushed the early card on the show yesterday. Let's see if we can do it here today. All right, Memphis and Connecticut here. This one goes off at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. Huge one here on ESPN2 with 2 top teams certainly going here in this one. Both teams come in 4-0 right now. Memphis is 4-0 against the spread. Connecticut just 3-1 against the spread so far. Connecticut has gone under in all 4 of their games so far this season. Memphis is 0-2 to the under as a dog.
System play.
These 2 teams have a little bit of series history here of late. They've been meeting here. It has been 4 years, but they were meeting all the time before that. Memphis actually was getting the better of them for the most part, but maybe that's a little bit too far out to worry about too much here. But I'm going to go ahead and lay it here with Connecticut. I'm thinking about adding to this one. I know I sent out an overnight card, but we may come in with another card here on this busy action today over at winnable.com. I'm going to lay it with Connecticut. Look, we're over here in Maui. I'm going to take the Huskies here in this one. Pretty big number, no doubt about it, but really like Connecticut this season right now. And I don't want to doubt Memphis a little bit. Like I said, the 2 programs when they met, it's pretty much been Memphis and under every time. But right now, let's see the total here. I have listed as 150. It's down to 149.5 at some places here right now. So I'm taking Connecticut though to lay. I'm laying it with Connecticut. All right, Billy, thank you. Nice to have you there. You guys are talking that early action there. I think Kelly might like the under here in this one. Bradford looking pretty good. Chicago State hanging in there, huh? Oh boy. Wow. Okay. Dana here likes UConn first half and full game. Robert is on UConn. Jake probably going to go under there with me. And Billy says that, that the schedule's been easy for Connecticut. It's a little bit tougher here right now. Yeah, they played East Texas A&M. They played Lemoyne. They played New Hampshire. And they played Seton Hall. For Memphis, they played San Francisco, Ohio U, UNLV, and Missouri. So totally different schedules here so far. And like I said, Memphis has covered them all so far, and they've been favored in two. They were actually an underdog to San Francisco, and they were an underdog to the Rebels. Good one, Bill. All right, and we're staying here in Maui with Colorado taking on Michigan State. This one's at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific, with the Michigan State Wolverines are up to an 8.5-point favorite here. We did say they took the widely reported steam already here in this one, and the total here, 145 for the most part. I think it's down probably a point from that total listed there on screen, but no doubt Michigan State appeared to take the steam here. They come in 4-1. They have one of those losses here. Colorado comes in 4-0, but man, the Spartans here right now, I want to lay the points again. I think here Colorado is 3-1 against the spread. Meanwhile, Michigan State so far, they're already just 2-3 against the spread, but they won against Samford last time out, but they were favored by 17. They did not cover lane 24 against Bowling Green, and they lost to KU, of course. And they did cover 30 against Niagara. For Colorado, they come in 3-1 ATS. The only game they didn't cover was a 90-88 win over Northern Colorado as a 12.5-point favorite. They covered against Harvard. They covered against Fullerton, laying 14, laying 15. They covered against Eastern Washington, laying 17, but they're a dog here, and I'm going to end up on Michigan State. I'm laying more points in Maui here. I'm taking Sparty in this one. If you guys want to play this one here, we've got Michigan State for Thomas, but Fernando is on Colorado. Billy Mack is on the Buffs, and Robert wants to lay it with Sparty. Jake says, I laid a good number. That is a better number than now. I think it was even lower, though. This one opened 4.5 at Bet Online, 5.5 at a lot of places, too. It did open 7.5 at the late-to-market openers here. All right, I got another one here right now. This time we're going out to Daytona Beach to take a look at this one with Clemson taking on San Francisco. I already sent out a premium play in this one, but I think it's a pretty good game to look at. You got Clemson 4-1 here in this one. San Francisco 4-1. This one 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific here on CBS Sports Network today. You got San Francisco here. They are 1-0 so far as an underdog against the spread. Clemson, meanwhile, they have a loss here. What do they have? The loss was to Boise State by 13 on the road here. Yeah, this is neutral on the East Coast here, but San Francisco, they covered 3 straight games against Boise. Here's the thing. Clemson played Boise and lost 84-71. Yeah, it was at Boise, but San Francisco hosted Boise, beat them 84-73 as a 1.5-point dog. I know the locales were different on each one, but I like that common opponent factor here with this matchup, and I'm going to end up on San Francisco here, plus 2.5 points. I think I already described what I like about the side here. Maybe I'm not going to tip my hand too much on the total, But again, San Francisco did go over as an underdog in that game against Boise. It was 84-73. We could see something like that here in this one. It feels like I'm on San Francisco against Clemson. Roberts on Clemson, Peters on San Francisco. Here's Cincinnati taking on Georgia Tech in this one. We're going to go out here. This one, let me make sure here. Make sure I get all these right here, it feels like, right, with all these tournaments here today. Oh, I got this one lined up here. All right, here we go. Cincinnati here, a 7.5 point favorite in this one against Georgia Tech here. And let me see what else. I think I got a few more listed here I'm going to go over, but just want to make sure I have this one right, you guys. Here we go. This one's at do I have this right, you guys? I might have made a mistake here.
Steam play.
Ooh. Okay, let me save this one here real quick. Go to the Steam that just came in. Maybe I can find my place here real quick. But we do have some NHL Steam coming in here right now with the Kings and the Sharks. Just talked about this one. I gave out the under. It's getting steamed to the under here right now with the Kings and the Sharks. This one's going to be heading to 5.5. It feels like here right now, all over the place. 5.5 over it. Circa 5.5 over 13 at BetOnline, 5.5 over 17 now at Bovada. DraftKings still hanging on 6 under 30 here right now, but definitely seeing steam to the under. I gave it out. Kings and Sharks game to go under here. So, all right. Let me see here. I think I'm going to end up skipping this one, or I think I've either made a mistake here. Let me see here. Let me go to this one. Maybe I can figure out what's going on. McNeese and Liberty. And I was told I got to preview this one because everyone's talking McNeese basketball this year. But when are they going to, when are they going to show up? When are we going to see McNeese here? We've seen some good outings certainly from McNeese so far, but they are going to be in a tight game here with Liberty. Are they really 1.5 point favorites? Because Liberty opened the favorite, if I'm not mistaken. This one is at the Paradise Jam in the Virgin Islands here. You got McNeese, a 1.5 point favorite here in this one, and the total is 133. This one is at 8 Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific here. You've got right now, let's see here. McNeese coming in just 4-2, but Liberty is 6-1. Both teams have won 3 straight. For Liberty, they won at Kansas State last time out, 67-65 as a 3.5 point dog. They also beat ULL as a 10.5 point favorite. They won that one by 20, and they beat Charleston, that high-flying Charleston team. They held them to 47 points, did Liberty. McNeese has wins here over Long Island, right? Was it Long Island last time out? I keep messing that one up. It seems like when we talk about them, they beat Illinois State 77-68. Liberty 5-1 here against the spread, 3-0 as an underdog. They're an underdog right now. So McNeese 3-0-1 to the over as a favorite, but Liberty's 0-3 to the under as an underdog. I'm going to take the under here in this one. This one's kind of an interesting game for sure. The steam did come in on McNeese. That's why they're a 1.5 point favorite here, but I'm going to go under at 133 or maybe even 132.5 here right now. So did you guys help me out on that other game I couldn't figure out? Maybe was that yesterday and I had the wrong graphic up here? Or if did I really screw it up? All right, that's okay. We've had so many games. We got to end this show. We got to do the contest. We got 100 of you in here to find out who's going to win. All right, let's go through these quickly. South Carolina and Xavier here in this one late. We're all on the late action here right now. This is a good one out at the Fort Myers tip-off. I do have a premium pick selection here in this one on the total. So let me pivot to the side here with Xavier coming in 5-0, South Carolina 3-2. Xavier has been favored in some of these games. They're only 2-3 against the spread so far, but so is South Carolina. South Carolina lost by 16 to Indiana. Xavier's obviously undefeated here right now, and they covered against Wake. They covered against Jackson State. They failed as a 27-point favorite against Siena, but did win by 25. I got Xavier here to win against South Carolina. They're favored here by 6, and the total is 147.5. Give me Xavier here as my pick. We're going fast. We want to end the show. Let's have the drawing. Everybody's in here right now. 2 more real quick if I can get some plays out. Auburn taking on Iowa State here. I think we saw a move here on this one, right? Here on the show with the total. We said it got steamed. Yes, it got steamed to the over here in this one. It's it's not 47. It's not a football game. But would Auburn be a 4.5-point favorite in football at Iowa State if the total was? I don't know if they would. Right there we go. 147. Let's call it 145.5 right now, and Auburn about a 4.5-point favorite. There we go. All right. In this one, I'm going to take the under here. The steam came in on the over, like we said, but look, it's gone down to 145.5. So I'm going to go with the under here. There's no value, even though the steam came in on the over. Where's my value? Looking at these two teams so far, Iowa State, 3 unders so far this season for Iowa State. They're also just 1-2 against the spread, even though they've won their 3 games so far. They did fail as a 28-point favorite against Kansas City. They failed as a 46.5-point favorite against Mississippi Valley. They could only manage a 39-point win, but they did beat IU Indianapolis by 35 points as a 34.5-point favorite. Well, at least in this one, they're reasonably lined here as an underdog. So Auburn is 3-0-1 against the spread, but man, I think Auburn may just have too much class for them, actually. Give me the under as the play. I'm going to go with the under. Auburn is 1-2 to the under as a favorite so far. Yeah, I'm going to take the under here as the play, but I'm going to bet Auburn probably. I don't think I'm going to give it out. I'm just going to bet it. That's a third game of the Maui Invitational, and here's the last game. We're previewing all 4 games. You better believe it, of the Maui Invitational. Dayton's 5-0. Carolina's 3-1 coming into this one. Carolina, their loss came to KU 92-89 in that wild back and forth game. Carolina did get the money in that one. I'm going to take Dayton plus the points. You better believe it. Give me Dayton here. Dayton 3-1 so far against the spread. Their wins have come against New Mexico State. They covered. They failed to cover 16 against Ball. They covered against Northwestern. They covered against St. Francis. And I'm going to take Dayton here plus the points. And that's it for the show. If you want to make here we go. 100 of you in here. We're going to have a drawing right now for like a 6-teamer, I believe, here right now. And let's go to the drawing. Thank you for everyone for your comments. We have 47 people entered in for the big drawing. Hey, check me out over at winnable.com. I've got more plays today over at Winnable coming your way in college basketball, NBA, NHL, NFL, Monday Night Football. Please check me out over here. Get my plays. Get more action from me. You don't have to play them all. I'm just going to tell you who I like, who I'm on. I'm a content curator. I am a sports betting influencer. This is what they're telling me. I thought I was just an old school tout selling my picks, but no, I need to be on the gram. I need to be on TikTok. Shout out to my family watching and right now on Facebook. All right. Check me out over at winnable.com. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. Let's get it going here with this goofy screen. Not goofy, but get the giveaway going right now. There it is, right there, right now. 47 of you are entered in here right now, and someone is going to win the package, the parlay. I think it's either a 5 or a 6-teamer. Don't quote me on it. I don't know. I'll try to rattle them off here if we don't get it from Thomas. Maybe he already typed it in and I missed it. Sorry about that, Thomas. Here we go. Get ready for the winning contestant. We're 0 for 15. I've never hit one on the show. Tonight better be the day. Nathan, Terrell, Tex, Cliff, Old E, Thomas, Peter, Curtis, Robert, Super True, Dana, Chris, Mac, Stop, Philly, Eagle, Flyer gets the consensus parlay. We pick the teams. You win the money here on the Morning Steam. Congratulations to a great contributor in the chat. Philly Eagle Flyer gives us all those hockey plays every day, and hopefully he gets this one. I'm going to try to remember what they are. Trust me, you guys are going to have to trust me. Here's the disclaimer, too, on the contest. Ramon Scott, all decisions are final. So I'm trying to help you get there. No doubt about it. I'm entering in the parlay. I want us to win. Let me send you your winnings via PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle. What other ones do I need? If you don't have one of those 4, we're going to have to work something out, but hopefully you do. Here's a little bit more steam right now with Ball State coming in here against Eastern Kentucky. Hey, here's a giveaway, right? The game is in 18 minutes. If you haven't already gone over and subscribed to my plays for just $20 a month, 50 cents a day, when you use that promo code STEAM, you would get Ball State. You would have had them already, or at least had my opinion in your pocket as a slight underdog. Ball State, it's going to at least a pick 'em. Ball State may be favored. I am giving out Ball State here. I already sent it out as a pick over on Winnable, and they are the ones taking the steam here right now. We already said the steam came in on the under, but Ball State is taking steam here right now against Eastern Kentucky. Maybe it was one of you guys that went over and saw that that was one of my picks, and then you hit it hard. All right, that's going to do it for the show, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you to Philly Eagle Flyer. Good luck today. And, oops, man, I got to be better with these graphics. Okay. Appreciate you joining me here on the Morning Steam. Make sure you join Mikey Money at 6 Eastern and 3 Pacific with pre-gaming as Michael take a look at the primetime action. We know we got a ton of action here already, so why not join me over at Winnable? Even if you join me for one day, it's just a couple of $3 or $4. So check me out over at winnable.com and get my plays for today. But Mikey will be with you with more primetime action tonight. And we'll have a great week of sports action all day with these basketball games. So get more plays from me over at Winnable. Here's a big move right here before we get off the air. Steam coming in on the under in the big Memphis, Connecticut game here. That's really the best game, isn't it? And those guys will be playing over there at 9:30 a.m. But this one's down to 148.5. There's some big-time steam on the under here. Memphis and Connecticut, the big game of the day, it feels like. And it's just in 3 hours here right now. So thanks for joining me, everybody. See you tomorrow here on the Morning Steam, where sports money is money. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Can't escape from the team called the Morning Steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.